Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the thrill is back, Lens is back, and it's showtime. A much prettier face to look at. Very nice Hannibal Lecter vibes on the chef outfit on the char, I think. This is Nux Knifeheart. You can't see his name. Trust me, I would not lie to you about that. And we're going to be leveling him up. Hey, Lone Star Wolf, good evening, and welcome back. And we'll see where we're at on, so many things. We have mail. The gathering yield. The gathering will yield to me. Log in, because I have, in fact. That was delayed. Really? Are we full on ancient wood? Don't say it.
Life is a trial. Coda the judge, and Coden the jury.
Thanks, that was deep and meaningful. We all appreciate your religious fanaticism. An identified die. I have all of them. Except the exclusives, which don't show up in
That looks valuable.
Old jeans. Currently selling for, these usually go for a gold or wow. Okay. Lens is way behind me. He's going to send this along. Guilty. Geez, a perfectly nice die, too. I guess there are just so many people playing now that most people have got all of the rare dies. I am curious. So I will go over here. I'll grab the money I owed. And I'm curious, just out of mere curiosity, to see all of the let's see, other dies. Search for rare. That's just showing exclusives too. So Abyss is still 68 silver. I got an Abyss very early on, like the first couple of days, before the auction house was up. And I wanted to sell it, but the auction house wasn't. So I ended up just using it. So it looks like, yeah, you got to get to the exclusives before they start going for a gold. Ooh, the enameled dies are great too. Oh my god. Enameled and Blaze, my most used die, is a gold and 16 silver. But on the other hand, anyone who's got multiple characters has probably gotten multiple die selection packs and etc. etc. Where were we? Here, right? Finishing up the skills, and then we'll swap into more of the specializations. We're still go from that for the next tier. It's 71, I think. Let's see where we were for character adventure. We're on 3, I think. Yeah. So, what do we need? Branded, Destroyer, Icebrood, Mordrim enemies. Sons of Svanr, Inquest Court, or Flame Legion enemies. Those aren't the same. It's really annoying. I didn't even get enough events done in the Fields of Ruin, so let's... Chapter 3, crafting a masterwork item. That'll just take a minute. Mining. 18 ore with a mining pick from... Okay, we got to go to Dredge Hunt, Blaze Ridge. Looks like we're probably going to Blaze Ridge. That doesn't have those on Flame. Unfortunate. Well, it might have Flame Legion. Alright, probably Blaze Ridge then. Yeah, I guess Blaze Ridge. Blaze Ridge. Alright, I need to make sure I've got a level appropriate mining pick, because you can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friends. Benjamin Franklin. He didn't actually say that.
Life is a trial. Code of the Judge.
I'm currently, I can use Mithrils, and I currently have Mithrils. Okay, good. Is there anything else I had to do here? My brain was telling me yes. Blaze Ridge Steps. Blaze Ridge Steps. And we're off. Rather badly off. Hi, Morgan.
Legions have a treaty with humans.
Right, they have a treaty with humans. That's because even the legions can make a mistake. Said my char character to the human NPC. And we're off. So, just gonna be doing the map completion. That actually did absolutely nothing. Got no progress for that at all. What the bleep? Pardon my language. My what the bleeping.
Adrenaline rising.
My adrenaline is rising.
I feel strong.
I do feel strong. I am strong. I am invincible. I am woman. That was not actually like any kind of editorial commentary or anything. That's a song. It's an old guy song. Actually, technically an old song for women more than guys. I'm gonna guess late 60s. No, it's gotta be early 70s, I think. Helen Reddy. All right, now making a little hard progress. Why aren't you dead yet? Let's actually maybe go with that for now. Because this has a very convenient feature of, let's pull everyone together.
Adrenaline full.
And then one of them will eventually knock me down.
Kill them all.
Because they're kind of jerks like that.
We'll take care of them.
Oh, it's going to drive me crazy all night, isn't it? Sadly, some things are me things that I must deal with, and I have a piece of meat stuck behind my back molar, and I need to take care of it, otherwise it's because it just drives me crazy. I'll be right back. Here's the kind of content you don't get on everybody's stream. That was the culprit. And I'll prove I cannot be defeated by now eating it a second time. That's right. It knows who's boss now. Hey there, Willie. How you doing? No. Right now it's up in front, getting chewed on by my front teeth, above and below. You've missed the content, haven't you? Haven't you, Willie? Yeah. Understandable.
Adrenaline full.
Not everybody can offer such full-featured entertainment. You know, there's an old saying, I think, about, there's nothing that's a completely unvarnished positive or negative. I can give you an example. Many, many years ago, like 45, something like that, my dentist announced to me, or pronounced for me, that my wisdom teeth were growing in straight and I would never have to worry about having to have my wisdom teeth out. This sounds like, how can that possibly not be like an awesome, great thing? And certainly not having to worry about it has been pretty good. Okay? But what it does mean, don't think I can get through there, is I have extra set of molars, top and bottom, more than your average person does. Because most people are going to have them removed or may not even get wisdom teeth. What that means is that gives me an extra set of molars to get food stuck in. That may not seem like a big deal, but it happens all the freaking time. And I have a big mouth, mind you, but anatomically speaking, I have a small mouth. And so getting in there to get the little pieces of food that are jammed in between can be very, very difficult and trying and annoying, and I am whiny about it because I'm me, and I'm whiny about everything.
Getting pumped.
I'm getting pumped.
Kill shot.
Yes, I have a big mouth and a wise mouth, and am a wise ass. There's a lot of wisdom going around for someone who's not as wise as he sounds like he should be. Must be over there.
Kill them all. Gaining adrenaline.
I feel strong. Why do they keep putting their cripple on me? I don't think that's fair. Oh, I charged and the NPCs had already killed him. So the old saying, every cloud has a silver lining. Every silver lining, by that logic, must also have a cloud. And so the cloud, for me never having to worry, about wisdom teeth is having to worry about constantly getting food jammed in between the back set of molars. It's the content you guys come for. I know.
Crawl!
51. That's one for the evening. It's start. I've completed a renown heart. Aren't they supposed to release? Yes, they reduced. No, they reduced. They had done announcements today about how the systems are going to work. I think it's coming out like February 3rd. I think they had a live stream about it. I missed it. It was at noon Pacific today, and I missed it because, you know, I clearly had more important things to do, like... No, that wasn't it then. It wasn't more important things to do. I don't know what I want. Select my reward. Well, that's better. That's better. That's a lot better. We're going to go with new boots, but new boots are a new item of attire, and that means new dice. The rifle is better than the one we currently have socked away for later. I don't remember. Are we spearing on with this guy? We are. Currently at 472. 420? Not as good. Water spear. Much better. The new boots. The new boots are a new item of attire, and the rule around here, as has been well established, new attire, new dies. Yes, I still have all of my wisdom teeth. They came in straight. I remember how utterly miserable my dad was, so I am glad to say they came in straight. If I had the choice, I would rather occasionally having something jammed way, way, way back in my mouth that I can't quite reach that's driving me crazy, rather than having to go through having my wisdom teeth pulled. I ain't that crazy. Let's see what new dies we can get. We are currently, because our outfit is so boring and dies so badly, a lot of the heavy gear, I mean, it's perfectly fine looking, and I could make it look decent, but if you choose random dies, nothing's going to end up looking metallic. Now, the chef on the Char is borderline psychotic, with all these meat hooks dangling off his waist, and the very, very Hannibal Lecter-esque mask. You know, that's okay for a warrior. So, random die. Here we go. That is pretty amazing. I think that's got to be the whitest of the white. What is it again? Yeah, permafrost. That is the whitest white in the game. Limette and Shy Iris. Gosh, I'm never going to get the bloodstains off that. Oh, they love cows. Meattoberfest is actually something I would attend if I could. On a personal note, Meattoberfest, sign me up.
The Durman Priory.
Yeah, the Durman Priory. And fine. So I certainly wasn't complaining about still having all of my wisdom teeth. I was merely noting that it's an example that there is nothing to which I cannot find a downside. Every chunk of silver has a cloudy lining, so to speak. That wasn't exactly what I intended, but it was close enough. And it is true, they do like cows in particular. I mean, you have to have a particular place in your heart for cows to come up with something like the catapult. I mean, that's not the sort of thing that just anyone could come up with. That's kind of a char. Very, very char thing. I think this is something we can actually get through a quest mechanic only thing, maybe? So I've been playing some more. Oh, I know we need to get that one. We'll get that one here before we forget, because we will, because that's the way we are. I've been playing some more Torchlight Infinite off stream. Gone back to the primary build that I've been using this league. Time mark 7-1. A bit slow. Time mark 7 was going very well. Time mark 7-1 is much slower. But I'm over 100 FE now, so I should probably blow some of my ill-gotten gains and see if I can put together something a bit better. Alright, we need to get polymorphed. How many was it that I needed?
It's easy when you know how.
18 out of 18. That was the number I thought I needed. Nope. It's 3 tiers. So it's going to be, what, 54? 54. We are 1/3 done. A bloodstone-crazed beast has appeared. So the new stuff that was announced, the more details that were announced for Straids, as I'm calling them. Used to be strikes and raids, but they're being unified, so clearly they have to be called Straids. Let's get started. I'm now a bird, guys. I wish I could do somersaults, because I'm the kind of guy who likes to flip the bird. Ah! Ha! 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 Call them too hard to worry about it. Seems reasonable to me. Grawl supplies. Destroy.
I admire that, and it made our expedition so much better than I thought it would be. Thank you for your assistance. Now it's back to my research. So much newness to claw through.
Why am I getting stuck on sticks? Pardon me, I have to commune with this place of knowledge, power, wisdom. Like that. We'll just destroy all of the Grawl supplies. And now we'll go about, destroying the Grawl themselves. Why are they immobilizing me? And why is everything immobilizing or crippling me? Doing bad things. Not like I'm murdering them and destroying their cultural heritage. Oh, it kind of is. Never mind.
I need help! Smash them!
Hey. Smash them? That's not nice. It's like my feelings don't even matter to them.
Swarm them!
They just keep coming.
My spirit endures.
Your spirit did not endure, dude. You're dead. fucking stop?
Kill them all!
They're not letting me destroy them. Oh my god. Do I actually have to be in the fucking shape? Oh, we'll find out. That's the kind of quest design I just detest. Yeah, you've got to be in this shape. It's just like those idiotic quests that they keep putting in where they change your hotbar like this one does, but instead of making you powerful and making it a fun experience, it just makes it slow, tedious, and frustrating. You know, when WoW does this, like when they put you in a balloon flying over an enemy encampment, they give you a minigun. And all you do is have to machine gun enough enemies. Takes a minute, it's fun, it's a different thing, sends you back. That's fine. This is just fucking crap when they do this. Yeah, it was one more. As much as I love this game, some of the things they do are just head-scratchingly, and I'm picking this word quite deliberately, fucking stupid. I was watching a PoE streamer earlier today. She's playing Torchlight Infinite, so I'm watching. And she's making the same sort of statement about GGG, that she has no idea what they're thinking. Here to evolve that line. And that's a sentiment I kind of agree with.
Well, no wrong. Striations don't match.
Alright, I think we have to start with the easternmost stone. I can never remember. Begin with the stone that is the first to be touched by each sun. This one considered to be the most east? Yes. Find the stone next to Melandru.
Kill them all!
Find the stone outside the two lines which run through the circle. There's the two lines running through the circle. Right there. So it should be that one. I think.
Close. The score
Find the stone that rests against the two lines which slice the circle. This one?
Hello, stranger.
No.
Thunder.
We'll just kill ghosts.
Kill them all! That's the stuff!
I would like to know what my character thinks actually that the stuff is. He says that's it a lot. And I'm not convinced he actually knows.
Strong!
A little cream of vodka I had the other day. Can't have it every day. Or I would start weighing enormous amounts again. I limit myself every 2 weeks or more between blocking.
Oh, ready!
There we go. Hard complete. Level complete. And I just drank on Monday evening,
Power flow at 30%.
I believe.
Rerouting.
So not for another week or two. Losing weight is simple. It's just not fucking easy. Also, it sucks.
Hey, over here.
Hey, no.
Getting pumped.
I just want to get pumped. Alright. Where's the flamethrower? There it is.
Ready for anything.
I'm ready for anything, if you believe me.
Kill them all.
Event was successful. Yay. I like successful events. Additional XP is always welcome around here. You should count as branded, I think.
I feel
In which case,
strong.
I think I'm killing them. I should be getting credit for the murdering of Branded. It is one of the Venture Guide thingies. Why won't you keep darting underneath me like that? Why are you? Why aren't you? No, why are you? That guy's running all the way down there, and yeah, there's nothing left. I murdered them all. Well.
Adrenaline full.
The wall section, is that thing timed?
Finish.
There we go, event. I only got a silver? The hell with that. I'm the hero. Don't they realize? I'm the hero. So amongst the announcements today were the rewards and achieves and stuff, and the mechanics around the change to the unification of strikes and raids into what I call straids. I didn't say it was a great name, but it's mine. I'm sure I'm the only one who's come up with the name Strades for that, by the way. That's not the kind of thing anyone would come up with. Not just anyone can do such clever wordplay. No, that's up to people such as me who specialize in being clever with words. And I am indeed. I expect to be playing that on, I think it's the 3rd is when it launches. With a group of other streamers, Guild Wars 2 streamers. We really don't know anything about it. About Guild Wars 3. There was a post on Reddit about it, which was talking specifically about job listing. And the job listing had 5 requirements. And it was to be a narrative writer for Guild Wars. For an unannounced project, AAA MMORPG, and I don't remember the 5th requirement, which basically made it clear it's an MMO. If they require you to be Guild Wars coherent and knowledgeable for the narrative, and it's an MMO unannounced, it's got to be Guild Wars 3. I have not heard, I mean, for years I've heard rumors of a Harry Potter MMO, but certainly I have not heard any announcement or any sort of official notification. Using Unreal. That was the last qualification as well for the Guild Wars, presumed Guild Wars 3 announcement. It was also using Unreal Engine. Art complete. Uh, 476, and that is better than the one we currently have. They got jobs they're looking for. So basically, other than that, I'm not aware of any specific additional news on the subject of a Guild Wars 3. I am hoping we get an announcement this year. Because I want one. Where is it? It's over here. Yeah. Ooh, gold ore. Yeah, thank you, Lone Star, for coming up with that 5th item of the requirement for the job. As far as I can tell, that is as close as we're going to get to an official announcement until we actually get an official announcement.
Bishop, you have to scare them out. You're doing it wrong. Almost. You're scared now.
Oh, Salamander Drake wants some fishies. Who's a good Salamander Drake? Evidently you. Fishy for you. I didn't finish repairing that one. Oops. Oh, I got a couple of them. Why don't you protect me from the other one? I tell you, you just can't trust Drakes. Ask Kendrick Lamar. Ho! The old guy with a reused contemporary reference. So, I am one of the least hip guys in the world, but even I can occasionally make a contemporary reference. Wouldn't get used to it. I did miss the waypoint over here. Sadly, one of the other MMOs, well, let's see, the other MMOs, we've had a couple of projects publicly canceled. Greg Street, Ghost Crawlers project he was working on, was defunded by Tencent, I think. Microsoft pulled the plug on, what was it? Project Raven or something? Which they had had demoed for them like 6 months prior and raved about. They now canceled. The Horizon Zero Dawn, which for a while I thought was being developed by Guild Wars devs at ArenaNet, we now know was coming from, is going to be a mobile game. They're going to have a PC port, but it is entirely a mobile game. So, not a great 6 months or whatever for MMORPGs. That kind of the reverse. And everyone that comes out of Asia, because pretty much they're the only ones making them these days, other than, theoretically, ArenaNet and Riot. Every single one that comes out of Asia just keeps getting worse and worse. Aeon 2 just announced the next season's battle passes. There are 3 of them, up from 2 to 3. People hated that there were 2, and they've added another one.
Adrenaline rising.
That's too much even for the Korean player base to take, and so they're revolting.
Kill them all.
I mean, not that they're ever bristling over with a whole lot of differentiation and stuff in the Asian MMO scene.
Strong.
I feel strong, guys. 12 more hero points. Let's put those away. That away. They went that away. And that will allow us to finish off and start putting points into tactics, discipline. Let's go with tactics. So it is not good times in the MMO world these days. A whole lot of stuff keeps getting branded as MMOs that isn't. That really, honest to God, isn't even particularly close. Stuff like Where Winds Meet. No, that's not an MMO. Might be a good game. Not even close.
Rising.
But people are, they know the player bases for MMOs are dying for more MMOs. So more and more, they keep branding themselves, haha, branded, as if they were actually MMOs. There.
Kill them all.
Are we making progress on? Okay, we're making progress on the branded. Good. We need 2 more events in this map somewhere.
Kill them all.
And And it seems like more and more the Asian MMOs are attempting to just cash in quickly, make a little bit of money, and then go into maintenance mode. Or not even.
Getting pumped. We've driven them off for now.
The Western devs have become leery of spending that much money.
Kill them all.
And Amazon basically has just thrown in the towel on the entire genre. Actually, everything except mobile, they've thrown in the towel on. So right now, as far as Western devs go, ArenaNet presumably working on Guild Wars 3 and the game that Riot is working on, which is who knows when. I mean, they basically about 2 years ago did a complete reboot on that. Basically starting from scratch.
Kill them all. Kill shot. Gaining adrenaline.
A few more branded. We're getting close to the, I think it was 100 we needed.
Kill them all.
Well, that's the heart. Let's see how many more we need. We need 6 more. We're gonna kill them. Right here. Okay, not that one. We're gonna kill it right over here.
Gaining adrenaline.
What was the splody? Portico.
Kill them all.
Not sure if he was branded or not. That might have been a ghost. It's 3 or 4 to go.
Adrenaline rising.
3 to go. Like that. Ghost. Two more after this.
I've attained the awesome.
Nope, that was what we needed. All right. I've obtained the awesome, by the way. In case you weren't aware, awesome name. Yeah. It's true. Hard to believe, I know. Let's see. All right, I got the southern half of the map taken care of. Anyone got big plans for the weekend? Mine consist of waking up and playing computer games. They're a bit grandiose, I know, but you have to manage your own expectations these days. Say 23rd, 30 days, half September. That's 1. I think it's February 3rd for the new for opening the new format for raids and strikes. Strikes will be called raid encounters as opposed to raids. Screw it! I'm hit! And they're putting in new
Adrenaline full.
ward systems. Challenge mode Doom is getting a mount drop. What the little bastard. Oh, he set up a rifle turret. And I think that's a good thing. I think for the aspirational content, I think it is good for it to give actual rewards. I mean, a lot of things, like a lot of cosmetics, are no longer really qualify, I think, as aspirational content in a lot of ways.
More come, yes?
Because of transmutations and the like. That's certainly a problem, for instance, in WoW. WoW used to be able to have a really good idea of, you know, if somebody was wearing specific gear,
What? I'm hit.
you knew he had earned that from, like, one of the raid tiers. It's gotten a lot homogenized over there in WoWville.
That's right! You lose!
It's a very, very optimistic script.
Gaining adrenaline.
I am a firm believer in adding difficulty tiers with different rewards is a good way of keeping content getting done.
Attack, yes!
Put all that stuff away that we're not using. How do I... Oh, sorry, sir. We can't let you take that stolen equipment. I'm sorry, sir.
Gaining adrenaline.
Not really sorry, sir. You probably shouldn't be stealing things, but you are a scrit, so we do have to make allowances.
Crit, I'm hit.
That's the stuff.
Where's the heart bender? There it is. Just can't let the script get away with it.
No!
They need to steal 6 more parts in 2.5 minutes. I think I've probably done enough to slow them down.
Kill them all.
Notice, the timed events are not a good use of your time when you sell all the junk that was in my proverbial trunk. I don't own an actual trunk. We got that. Gold ore. So we need to mine. Mine, mine, mine! More gold ore. I believe this is the Inquest base. No. I believe correctly. It is. Aha. I was mistaken about being mistaken. Oh, come on.
Kill them all.
I'm in the middle of my big attack. And what do? You interrupt. Stupid goal.
Look at that view.
Look at that view? What view is that? Me? I'm not in point of fact limited. Open the door!
Kill them all!
Okay, that part I agree with. Let's kill him. You know what I don't like is multiple knockbacks in the same clown. Eat flaming death. You want to have the flaming death because otherwise it may not be properly cooked. And really, undercooked death is
Adrenaline ready!
just not.
Kill them all!
Alright, we got a heart. And a level. And more loot. Didn't we just empty out our inventory a minute ago? More ore. It's ORE, not ORR. This game also has ORR. That's 36 out of 54. 6 more mining nodes to go. A couple more events. Be nice. Another level? 55. Vorp, how you doing? Just a little Guild Wars 2 this evening. You may have heard of it. For those of you who don't know, Vorp is a friend. He's also my one and only mod, and is the friend of mine who did full map completion on a Mesmer without using the glider, mounts, or waypoints.
Deep, deep inquest trouble.
Dying as little as possible. I think it was he died a few times from falls because he wouldn't use his glider.
The brand holds dangers.
Also, he's possibly insane.
Adrenaline
I hate to,
rising.
say for sure, but possibly insane.
I feel strong.
World comp.
Adrenaline fall.
No gliders. No mounts.
That was satisfying.
No
I
wait.
have to get back on watch. The air has thickened.
Where they can mend your wounds properly.
I can still fight. As long as I can fight, I'll stick those blasted minions in the eye and bury my weapon to the hilt.
I've mentioned it to a couple of Guild Wars streamers who got to talking for some reason, I think, about
Return later in full form.
world completion, and I tell them I have my friend who did it that way. And their question is inevitably, why? And the only answer I can come up with is head trauma. We have a new item of attire, which is new dyes. As much as I do like the still not blood-spattered permafrost, it is the nature of the beast that it's got to be red.
Please, my partner's in trouble.
We have Enameled Morning Glory, Glory, and Pale. Don't recall how many deaths you had. It was definitely single digits. A couple of falling deaths in there and a few nasty dead ends you needed for POIs. I knew it was a small number. I thought it was like 12. But single digits, high single digits. That's regardless, you are raised. We are currently 64% done with Blaze Ridge Steps. Gotta say, this used to be a lot harder to get to. This vista. Back in the pre-mount days. Seen a couple of posts as there have been a fair influx of new players to Guild Wars 2 over the course of the last couple months, most especially when Amazon
That's the stuff.
put the slow motion poison in place for New World. Freaking stop you. Don't start a fight and then run off. And there have been a number of people talking about, you know, how did people do this before there were mounts? And particularly they're talking about Heart of Thorns. A lot of people have commented on, you know, the sudden increase in, I don't want to say difficulty, although that's not unfair, but challenge, definitely. And how the hell did people get around without mounts for Heart of Thorns? Also, those masteries in Heart of Thorns. Those took a lot of work. Those were a lot of... We ought to be getting close. Maybe 3 more after this. I think it was around 100 hours total. And then been nerfed. Oh yeah, they've been nerfed. The Heart of Thorns stuff has been significantly nerfed. I mean, it is still a significant jump in difficulty. Up. From core. Oh, this should give me the achieve. Sure. 10 wax. This enough?
That's
there it
how
is.
It's done.
And there are still parts of Heart of Thorns that basically I can't do. On the first map, there are 9 hero points, and I can solo 7 of them. But I don't want to take on the vampire bat, and the frog would kick my ass. The rest of them I can do. Depending on the build, I might have a little bit of trouble with. Do you mind? I'm about to finish this up and res. Might have a little bit of trouble with the golem. And I'll also say, if anyone else is leveling up a new character and hits 80 and finds the hero challenges in Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire challenging, the ones in Visions of Eternity are, I can do in about 40 minutes. I can get 250 points in about 40 minutes. Because I timed myself doing it in 40 minutes. So, if you have a new character to 80, or if you just want to pop open another elite spec on a character you already have, that's a champion Planesworm. We'll not be engaging with him today, as I don't particularly want to be Planesworm crap. That is a follow from Annabelle. I have a special spiel I give. Follow. Here it comes. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. And good evening. I hope the start to your weekend is going well, other than obviously getting stuck listening to me. Which I appreciate. It just doesn't necessarily indicate great taste. And here. Hey, you guys. You don't mind a char coming in here, do you? You human separatist jerks. Oh, I misclicked. Only human. Okay, almost human. Nearly human. Occasionally mistaken for human. And I missed entirely. All right, we're stealing their explosives. What's the worst that could happen? I don't know. Someone could bump into me and I could explode. That might be bad. Did it again. The exact same thing. Oh, look at them all. That's an awful lot of them. How about we spin to win?
That's the stuff. Adrenaline rising.
I'll steal these explosives too. I'm not beyond stealing an explosive or two. Oh, that's the wrong way. There's a JP in there. Am I turned around now? All right. Am I confused? No, clearly it's the NPCs who don't understand. Another heart complete. So much loot. And a new thing we'll need loot for. You can have up to the new recipe for legendary rings coming out. You'll be able to dual wield them. You'll be able to have two. Legendaries, generally not for the meek. I have not, so far my legendaries are kind of a mixed bag. I've never gotten a precursor as a drop, so I had to pay for Dusk. Like 500 gold, something like that. Fortunately, I cashed in some Mystic coins. I had a full stack of Mystic coins, and Mystic coins at that time were trading for the record high, or at least a record high, a local record of 2.5 gold a pop. So that was 625 gold, less the 15% gave me enough to buy dust, and I had the crafting materials. For the most part, I could make dust. And then I made
Adrenaline full.
my adrenaline is full. And then I made runes and sigils. I was initially going to make the sigils and made a rune instead. I wasn't paying close enough attention. So then it was the runes. I made a set of all 6 runes. And the reason I put runes and sigils next was I have a lot of alts, and this way all of my alts were guaranteed to be able to use whatever I was making. Did it again. So after 6 runes and 2 sigils, I have since made 2 pieces of light legendary open world gear. And then when they introduced the new quick play mode for fractals, which I strongly recommend, by the way, you can still get the necessary components for this. A set of gloves, legendary gloves of your choice of weight, light, medium, or heavy. I chose light. So I now have all of my level 80 necromancers, mesmers, and elementalists all have access to 3 pieces of legendary. I got the relic for free because I already had the 6 pieces, the 6 runes. I should finish up the Seasons of the Dragons achieves and get myself the amulet for all my characters with level 80. But it's no small amount of work, regardless of how you're doing it. The easiest by far, though, well, the relic, because they gave that away free because I had all the runes. The gloves. I loved what they did where they allowed basically anyone to put in a relatively small amount of time and get their first legendary pair of gloves. You can still get them if you haven't. I think I actually have qualified now. Gotten the currency I need to make a second pair. So one of the other weight classes. I'll have to make a few items and may have to buy some components for those items. I think they require both a gift of magic and a gift of might. Sure, something similar. Okay, that's not the way I wanted to go, because I can tell because it's a dead end. Dead player. Well, he's beyond my aid. That may be the one I rezzed a few minutes ago. Got that. Alright, we need some more stuff over here then. The Vigil. Aren't they deprecated? We really need the Vigil anymore now that Zaitan's been defeated? I don't know. Oops, spoiler! Yesterday I was trying to figure out what I wanted as sort of my side monitor content. I would listen to that Lens guy, but he's always streaming when I listen to him. I said to myself, man, it's been a while since I checked to see if Wooden Potatoes, probably been like 2 months since I checked to see if Wooden Potatoes has added anything new. And he had added something 9 hours before, so I watched his stream. On the YouTubes, he doesn't do the Twitch anymore, I don't think at all. Alright, Hero Challenge. I think what we have here is Angry Boars. Possibly Morellos. Marmox. I did it again. Hi, guys.
Ready! Kill them all!
I'm going to kill them all. Pretty much like that. We are 90% done with the map. Oh, we have 3 more points. Hey, defense, I suppose. There's one over there. A waypoint and a heart. Yeah, probably good for 4%, 3 or 4% on completion. Oh no, it's not the cave, is it? Please don't be the cave. Please don't. I think it is. Yeah, okay, no, this one's fine. the stealth one. The Char stealth one is... It's so bad. It's just so bad. Every map has a couple of bad parts. There's a chicken. I'm holding a chicken. I'm not choking the chicken.
Again, and again. That's it. That's how you do it.
That's not my kink. Not saying I don't have kinks. Just that's not mine. You know, you can't always be the hero killing the bad guys. Sometimes you just have to get chickens and put them back in their cages. It's less glamorous than it sounds. There are no more empty chicken. Be free! Let's see. Unskilled vulture rapper. Offered a treat. It ignores you. Threaten it. Seems focused now. Attach a foe using its teeth. Who's a good borderline lethal creature? Offer it a treat. Use your claws. Taught it who's boss. Really? Offer it a treat. Use your teeth. Rawr. Offer it a treat. Okay, it's not interested. Threaten it. Nope. Kick dirt at it. That just seems like Vulture Raptor hatchling abuse. Nope, he's not interested. He didn't like the dirt either. Okay, how about threatening? Threatening, he likes the threatening. Whatever your kink is, I'm not going to complain. Oh, do we have something attacking? We have badness. Okay.
Adrenaline ball.
Hostile ogre morale. Any more of you around? Couple of players there. Other players. It's not interested in being threatened. Or it wants a treat. Well, I can understand that. If I was a unskilled vulture raptor hatchling, I would want treats too. And the alternative is abuse? Yeah. Give me treats. Heart complete. Oh, more baddies.
Done and done.
That's successful. Hit the requirements for defense yet, or do we still have like one?
They were scared, you see? They
We
went after
need
the
two more
beasts,
things. We
then ran.
Scared
need...
and weak. They
That's
want
tier
our
1 of
strength,
3.
but
Crafting
we
a master
trust
work
them.
item. Completing story chapter 3. Oh, God. I don't think that's happening tonight. I can finish that one. That's tier 1 of 3. That's 75. It's 100 kills. Where do we have to go? Well, there's a scout over there who will tell me what I'm missing.
My
Ula.
brothers, Walk and Woad, have opted not to join the vigil.
That's the harpies. realize they were that far away that he would be able to point me towards them. Also, I'm going to AFK for a sec and refill my coffee cup. I'll be right back. Back. So when the raids begin on, I believe, February 3rd, I have signed up with a group of vastly better known Guild Wars 2 streamers. Iron Maiden, Engelbert Meow, Malcolmist, TV, a couple others, Jukebox, Praying Manted, some others too, some I don't know, or don't know by the name they signed up. It's like 6 or 8 of us. And at least initially we'll be doing the strike components. Maybe actually into raids. Oh, please, not the cripple again. Let's start getting some legendary allies. Legendary. Oh my god. They're used for getting the raid armor. Insight. Legendary insight. Maybe enough feathers. I mean, after all, the only thing preventing me from having legendary armor for all of my characters is 15 pieces. I'm almost completely done. 3 out of 18. I'm going to try to res XX. Wow. XX Kasawa XX. I've rezzed them. I'll try not to judge. That's a lie. I've already judged. Here's some harpy feathers. Not quite enough yet. Then we'll just have to order a couple more harpies.
That's the stuff.
Knock back.
Kill them all.
Knocked looked me back and I said, that's the stuff. Even I don't believe that's the stuff.
Anyone care to assist me with a project? Experiment.
Alright, we'll sell our junk to Woad here. Woad! We have 1 heart and 1 waypoint to go. Well, it's close by, at least for the heart. It's this guy. Hazul Fastblade is going to
Branded aren't our only.
He's going to
enemy
tell me
on
where
the
to go.
wall. The Ash Legion initiated it.
It is the Ash Legion. Generally considered to be one of the absolute worst hearts in the game. And I can't disagree with that. It's terrible. It's one where they need to get an intern and just have him change the table values that you have to get to. Like getting to one of the points without getting spotted should give you, oh, I don't know, how about twice as much progress? This guy's in the way, and as soon as I get past him, yep, he's going to start moving. Of course he is. So for this one, basically, I have just learned that not to sweat it, to just take the ones you can. And I'm going to get seen immediately. I know there's supposed to be a method for talking to him and going around the outside. I've tried it. It didn't work for me. I understand they want to make things different. They want to change up the activities that people are doing. They don't want everything to be, the proverbial kill 10 rats. So I understand and appreciate that. This one's going to spot me. Or the other guy is. One of them's going to spot me. There it is. See? This is... And the cooldown on these is so long. And you got to talk to the guy and click 4 times. It's as if it's designed to be bad. Be tedious and unfun. Like I said, I understand they want to do like some different things. Don't want it to always be doing the same thing, and I agree and sympathize. But we really need to come back to some of these and just refactor the progress you get. That every one of these flags should give twice as much. So it's much less of a pain in the ass than it is presently. Because right now, presently, it's an enormous pain in the ass that everybody hates. Now, there are probably a couple people who, have worked out that the trick I mentioned, so that it's no problem for them. And that's great. But when I tried to go around the outside method, it didn't just finish like it's supposed to. Probably I did something wrong, but the fact of the matter is that if people have to go to that kind of lengths to avoid doing the content you've created, maybe you should rethink your content. I'm going to get seen. No, I did manage to get one more flag. Yay! And the flag induction is unnecessary. Halfway done. It's just tedious and stupid. Oh, thank you, Vorp. I'm good for that maybe twice a month. Maybe I should put a note on it. Put a bell on it, so to speak. they not see me? I do not know. There we go. Couple more, 2 or 3 more. It's just... It's more... It's... I understand friction. This is frustration. I misclicked, and that's an extra couple of clicks. Now, in general, I admire the heart system for not being just another dumb question system. But every map has a couple of hearts where they need to rethink. I think one more after this. Nope, okay, that's it. See me. Let me be seen, thank you. God, it's just a miserable experience. We are missing one waypoint, surprisingly. It always strikes me as weird that you can miss a waypoint, but I often do. And map complete. Back to Mistlock Sanctuary. Old man yawning. Nothing to see here. Move along. Get this stuff out of my inventory. Okay,
Refreshing.
about a 30% chance, or 33, somewhere around there, of getting a key from the completed map, except for the city maps, starting city map. I'm not feeling it, so probably not tonight. Nope, I was right.
That looks valuable.
Another level though, that's 50, that's 7. Another transmutation charge. I'm unenthused about that. Current swords are 289 and 121. Definitely the yellow one is better than that. Gloves I can't wear. We get more? I don't think we did. Hold on. Pardon the yawn. Oh my god. All right. All right. The various and sundry spec lines are coming.
Until we meet again.
Of course. 7.5 silver. So much money. Well, we can do the master craft. I don't even remember what we put. Probably, I tend to put jewel crafting. I'm not actually going to do something. No, it looks like I did weaponsmith on this guy. So, weaponsmith it's going to be. Other working and weaponsmith. Let's see. Do we have any... refinement that'll give us points? Yeah, we have some. Currently at 4. Well, what do we need then if we're going to make... Need to get to mastery. That is the tier at 50, I think. How much is that? A good amount. Also, this does give us XP. XP, not just crafting it. If you've got access to the materials, you can actually craft your way. All the way up. Bronze ingots. I have a lot of copper ore. I need to buy some lumps of tin. I'll buy some lumps of tin. Pardon me, sir. Could I buy some lumps of tin from you? Oh, how about 5 batches of tin each?
Dismissed.
And then we just make a whole shitload of bronze. We now have a lot of bronze. Okay. An axe blade. Dagger blade. Dagger hilt. A small green haft for the axe. Mace head and another small green haft. That might be enough to get us to 25 in the second tier. What am I missing? I guess we do need those, alright. We need sigils. Where are they? Inscriptions. We have 734 bone chips, 1147 vials of weak blood, 1127 of first. Grabbed all 3 of these. May need to make a 4th. No, we won't. Let's open up the next tier.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
And now we go back to recipes, because now we need the next tier of inscriptions. 899, 958, 879, 825. The snowflakes are 958. We're going to make? Sure. We're going to make 5. After we make the 5 dowels, obviously.
Another.
Now we're making the same parts up here. Axe blade. Mace head. And 2 green hafts. Small. Dagger blade and hilt. Shield backing and shield boss, because I'm kind of a shield. Sword blade and sword hilt. That'll give us 5 things to make that we have 5 inscriptions for. 5 different things, 5 inscriptions. We go back to the discovery menu. Make, take, take. Boom. Well, this is going to get us there, I don't think. I think we're going to need a few more to get us to 50 so that we can make a master craft. Or the adventure guide. That got us from 25 to 40, 15, so we probably need 3 or 4 more.
Threshold achieved.
Back to here. Back down here. What did we just make? We made the precise. So it can't be precise. Givers. No, we don't want this. Yes, the healing will be fine. We'll make 3, 15. Should be. We'll make sure. We'll make 4. Be on the safe side, you know. Come back up here yet again. We're going to make 2 small green hafts. Mace head. And axe blade. Dagger blade, dagger hilt. And shield backing and shield boss. A little time consuming to level up, but you need to be using the discovery menu. To give you the most XP. I think we're good. Which means we'll end up just short. Yeah, one more.
Now I shall break you.
One more. We can make more of the same, but things you don't get as much XP. So you always want to be discovery. That's just the way. We'll go with 1 resilient. Owl, craft. Clothes. Craft 1. Go with dagger and dagger. Oops. Dagger blade, dagger hilt. We're at 50. Ta-da. Should now have access to make a master crafting of something. Be as chill or chaotic as you want it to be, Guild Wars 2? Yeah. I've been pretty chill tonight. I mean, I did a map completion to level up, and now I'm just grinding through one of the adventure guide deeds to make a master craft item, which meant I had to go from 4 up to 50 in the crafting. We need a bronze-plated dowel. And again, we'll just make it with the daggers. Dagger blade. Dagger hilt. And I've gotten just shy of a complete level here doing this. And it's probably going to be a level when I make this. And if not, the fact that I made the Mastercraft will proc and achieve for the Adventure Guide, and that's more XP. And there's the level. So that's 8 levels this evening.
Target destroyed.
22 to go for this character. And I think, go back to the Adventure Guide, Chapter 3. Yep, we need either a world boss, Story Chapter 3, but I haven't done Story Chapter 2 yet. I don't think. Maybe I have. Or whacking out another 80 faction mobs, and that'll give me 13 out of 13, plus whatever I've already completed in Tier 4 that I don't know about. And that will be anywhere from an additional level to, I've seen as many as 3 levels, 3.5 levels, when completing one Adventure Guide volume for some XP, and then having a bunch of waiting already completed Adventure Guide for the next tier, waiting and caching it. Let's see. I'm going to do a quick check on the event timer. And see if there's a world boss coming up. Golem Mark II. I don't think I'm level appropriate for that. Svan Chief at... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. The Fire Elemental is going to be up. Let's go check out the Fire Elemental. Although that has a long pre-event, it's not like I got anywhere to go or anything to do. I have not been to... Fine. Activate the portal. Lion's Arch. So we'll whack that, and that will give us the completion. I'm going to guess that's probably going to be good for getting us to 60 for 10 levels, which will be okay. That's the Grove. We don't want to go to the Grove. Ew. The Grove has cooties. Seriously, they live there all over the place. They're called, I think, Sylvari? Didn't make it. Oops, almost made it, but that was so close. I was robbed. Shroom heads. Mobile broccoli. I'm not a huge fan of the Sylvari. I consider this map, or not this map, but their starting map to be horrible. By far the least pleasant of the starting maps. I can't stand their home city. The starting maps. It's an abomination. It has, what, 3 or 4 water hearts in it? Which is just dreadful for new players. Every time I see a thread like on Reddit, you know, people talking about what's their favorite starting race, I hear people talk about Kaladin Forest as being the best, and I think they must have suffered a recent head trauma, because there's no way any rational person could find that a good leveling experience for a new player. I simply refuse to believe it. It's also by far has the most, for a map completion, it has the most things you need to do. It's just a bad map. I think actually the fastest to do is probably the Norn, followed by Queensdale. I've just done Queensdale so many times that I haven't really have a good optimal path for it. I almost always do my key farms. Well, not almost always. I do most of my key farms in Queensdale. Due to Guild Wars 2, and the only story you enjoy is the Norn because it's fairly linear, being a non-linear game. You're definitely right about it being non-linear, and that can throw a lot of new players when they first get there. The fact is that I don't know what to do, and the answer, in short, is whatever's fun. Explore, do hearts. When I'm leveling up a new character like this one, I do map completion. I'll choose an appropriate map and I'll complete the map. I think Norn is probably the fastest map completion for the starting map. But the human is close. And I normally choose, when I'm just doing the standard key farm, I choose the human commoner, because that is by far the fastest of the stories to complete chapter 1. What throws you off is when you're done with the zone, there's no go to the next. That is, and you're entirely correct. As a guided experience, Guild Wars 2 leaves a lot to be desired. People particularly have that problem when they hit 80. They hit 80 and they have no idea what they're supposed to do.
Everyone else, keep those inquest agents away from my goblins.
Because the game basically doesn't tell you about all of the things you can do. You can do full map completion if you want to start your legendary journey for legendary items. There's PvP, World v World, Fractals, Strikes and Raids, which are now getting unified. I call them Straids. There's a lot of things to choose from, but not much guidance. Norn Story helps with that cause. You go from north to south. Generally, yeah. But there isn't a lot of guidance, and the fact is, I have described it as when you get to level 80, you have to make your own fun. You've got to figure out what things you enjoy doing and choose to do those. Are you going to try and grind out achievements? Are you going to grind out achievements for specific rewards? Vaguely remember running from World Boss Event to World Boss Event level 80. The rewards. There used to be a champion farm that would run laps in Queensdale.
Kill them all.
That's all they'd do. They'd run laps in Queensdale because there were boatloads of champions. Speaking of champions, he countered as a faction. Stupid Inquest. Remember doing that, Luke? Yeah, it was very profitable at the time. As with any other MMORPG, the players are going to find optimal paths, and the developers are going to try to disrupt those. Yep, the boss train.
My ears.
It is part of the circle of life in MMORPGs. The players are going to try to find optimal strategies, and always the developers, rightfully, are going to try to disrupt those strategies.
Begin destruction protocol.
Or at least tune them down to the point where it's not being abusive for the economy or for the player. Setting your own goals is how the game is designed. However, you're afraid to sink an insane amount of time into one character, then realizing it's not good or enjoyable. Believe me, I understand. Want to know how much I understand? I understand because I have 40 characters at the cap, and 5 more I'm leveling up, including this one. I have one of every spec and an extra, just in case. So for me, that is not generally an issue because I have got a character of every spec. Like how you have my inventory to the right instead of bang in the middle. I think this is the default. At least it was for me. I mean, I have to drag it out. If, for instance, I open up the inventory to show me all the other currencies and stuff. But if I then close it and reopen it, boom, it's back. 5 slots and you've deleted more characters than that. You want to be careful about deleting them, at least if you've had them for a while. Not by level, but by time. Because they get birthday gifts. You get an account birthday gift depending once a year, 1 year from when you started playing. But you get individual character gifts based on the character's creation date. That isn't the default. You can guarantee me that. I guess I've had it that way for like ever. I don't know why it defaults to that for me. I mean, like I said, I thought that was the default. I mean, maybe I found a way to reset it like permanently because on all my characters, that's exactly the way it looks. Exactly the same. And yes, I would recommend it rather than having sit in the middle. That would drive me crazier. I'm going to have a little Coq That's not cocaine, nor is it cock. Okay? It's chicken with wine. I can't take you people anywhere. Started actually a few months ago, and you've been on and off Guild Wars 2 because your free time very... That's one of the great things about the game. You know, it sounds like I'm going to be insulting the game. I'm not. I'm complimenting it. It is hands down the best second MMO in the world. Nothing else comes close. If you play a lot of other games, play a lot of MMOs, you can rest assured that when you return back to Guild Wars 2, your characters haven't lost ground on other characters. If they had, you know, best in slot equivalent or close gear when they left years ago and come back, it's still the same.
Another fine example of it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why someone would feel that way. It is easy to get caught up in that, especially if you've played other MMOs where the FOMO in terms of leveling is kind of constant. Because every time there's a new WoW expansion, say, right? All of a sudden, I jumped too soon. Your character's behind everyone else by a complete expansion. You got to run a bunch of stuff to level up. Guild Wars 2, your status on your character is not going to change between by expansions or new content or anything like that. It is an advantage you have. The horizontal... I didn't have time to move. The horizontal gameplay kind of ensures that you're never any further behind. Just because there's been an expansion or two. I stream 5 to 7 times a week. Usually at least 5. Normally it's 5 or 6. 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Aha! Jumped over at that time, losers. Guild Wars 2 and other stuff. I've been streaming a lot of Torchlight Infinite. It's mostly MMOs or ARPGs, occasionally single-player games. My most streamed game, as an example, is Guild Wars 2. About a third of my time, roughly, maybe a little less now. My second most streamed game is City of Heroes, and my third most streamed game is Path of Exile. So that's a pretty good indicator of the kind of stuff I play. And we almost have the Elemental dead here, and that. There was much rejoicing.
You must like pain.
Let's see if anyone's got the key for the boss. Main preference is World of Warcraft.
My dear 5000.
I have played every WoW expansion except Pandaria when it shipped, or very close to it. And I'll probably be playing the next one in a few days, right? I know the pre-patch just went out. Parents wouldn't let you ruin your life, so you started in Cataclysm and stopped completely now in Dragonflight. The last expansion was pretty good. Dragonflight, I know, was generally held to be better than the previous ones. I wasn't a huge Dragonflight fan, although it was definitely better. War Within was pretty good. What the hell just kaboomed my ass into oblivion?
Rebound!
Pandaria was your first. It's the only one that... I believe we can just jump, so I will. That was just about the only one... that I didn't play at launch. Was Pandaria. Wrong way. Experience is still lackluster. The problem with WoW is that Guild Wars 2 does not have the time sink. That's true. Yes, that is. I mean, that is, I think, indicative of why I said it's hands down the best second MMO in the field. Even if there's one you like better, the fact is there's going to be dead time in WoW or Final Fantasy XIV or anything else. And Guild Wars 2, your progress is never, you're working your way towards an end game or some objective, and your progress never is lost while you're away. Let's see, new dies forthcoming. It's going to be pants. We're going to have new pants. Yeah, the gear treadmill. I still get the itch of pleasure you get when you get a new item upgrade in WoW while you're leveling up again. But it's no longer sort of an objective for me. It's gotten old for me too. It's just not that interesting anymore. Let me... Event rewards.
You can never have too much treasure.
Did we get the Adventure Guide 3? No. This world boss was not one of the ones we needed. It was not one of the ones we needed. Please insert your sad trombone sound here. I thought it was any world boss. It wasn't. Yeah, I've gotten tired of the gear treadmill as well. Okay, we got new shoes. Not as good new shoes. We got new pants. Guild Wars 2 is relaxation. The way I have described it is, it's not a a lot of people say it's a casual game. It's not. But it is a casual friendly game. You can make it as deadly serious as you want to, or you can play it casually. There is no single correct answer. There are people who hardcore it like nobody's business. But you don't have to. Let's see. Okay, new amulet. Good. Full inventory! Like the world guide, but it's not as detailed as you'd like sometime. If you mean the adventure guide, yeah, you have to look carefully sometimes. For instance, right there. It didn't even register that it might be anything other than any world boss. But no, it's specific about which ones. Bloodtide Coast, Blaze Ridge Steppes, and Harathi Hinterlands. So that's the Shaman in Harathi Hinterlands. Bloodtide Coast has got to be, what's her name? Tata Covington. And Blaze Ridge Steppes, I think, is the Shatterer. Let's see, do we have a dagger? We have a dagger either hand. We currently only have one salted away. Why is my inventory a mess on all of my characters? Because you have no discipline, Lens. Oh yeah, it's because I have no discipline. He's right.
This is most remarkable. Affirmative.
All right, well, the next thing we have to do, obviously, is because we have 2 new items of attire, we have to dye our outfit randomly. Again, and if we don't like it, a second time. Gotta say, that is pretty char looking. We have Honey. Okay, that's not especially char. Night Iris and Ruby Red. Thing is, those are metallic. I'm not nuts about the metallic red. That's really boring. Let's try again. That's appalling. We have enameled strawberry, truffle, and silt. Yeah, mine is always bad. And sometimes I'm just a little bit too passive in not clearing it out. Sometimes, yeah. All the time. I may need that on this character in the next 15 minutes. So I'm going to leave it in my inventory for 8 years. That can sell that. Sell that. That is less good.
Power flow at 30%. Rerouting.
That is the less good version. A staff. The current staff we have is a 476. That one is a 548. That is better. Big numbers.
This is most remarkable.
The champion box. Inferior pants. I'm sorry, sir. We do not wear inferior pants around here. I'm going to have to ask you. Sell that. All my knowledge, what would you recommend in terms of easy progression from core spec to elite spec? Feels like the core specs are pretty bad. It depends. Some of the core specs are fine. Some of them you have to have, like, they may have 1 or 2 good core specialization loadouts. Do you have access to any of the expansions? And if so, which ones? And what classes do you enjoy? Because some of the elite specializations on some of the classes are especially entertaining or powerful even for a new player. Takes a lot of time to unlock the elite spec. 250 hero points. And that's 25 hero challenges. Because in all the expansion spaces, each challenge gives you 10 points. Okay, you have Heart of Thorns and Path of Fire. Let's see. If you enjoy Thief, Pistol Deadeye is very good. Basically, Pistol in Thief is generally quite good, but in Deadeye in particular, it's very, very leveraged. If you do like Thief, also the other elite specialization of Daredevil is also very strong. Let's see. Reaper for Necromancer is, I think, my second most played character. That's very strong. My most played character is Guardian Dragon Hunter, and that is a Heart of Thorns, Path of Fire elite specialization. Let's see, Ranger. I haven't played that much Ranger. Yeah, the Reaper is very strong. Level 60 Engineer, Scrapper is very good. Even just Scrapper Flamethrower is very good. It used to be very, very good. There's a trait in it called Juggernaut that used to give you stability as long as you were wielding the flamethrower, and so you couldn't get knocked down. So it's still strong. It's just nowhere near as strong as it used to be. Juggernaut was terrific for it, and probably need nerfing. Elementalist Tempest is quite good. My main Ellie is a Tempest. My main engineer, at least until we got Mechanist, was a Scrapper. Reaper for Necro, very strong. Ranger, let's see, the 2 for Ranger was Druid, which was mostly healer. I don't know, I know now they have a damage spec that's decent. I just don't know much about it. And the other was the one that can merge with its pets. That's a very strong soloing build. So yeah, I would say those would be the way to go. Engineer Scrapper, Tempest Elementalist. You've got Reaper, who is really freaking good. And then the Ranger is Soul Beast, right? Soul Beast, I think. Is the strong spec amongst the elite specs for those. I have to, kind of check myself because I am not that knowledgeable, especially on Ranger. Ranger and Warrior are the 2 specs I've played least. Soul Beast not that appealing? I know it's pretty strong, and I'm going to offer you some advice that may not be completely applicable. There is a content creator named Wooden Potatoes, and 6 years ago or so, he did a series of videos on, I think it was just after Path of Fire. It was on single player, open world, and story builds. So they were meant to have good sustain, do good damage, and not require groups. And he had one video for each class. Now, it's been 6 years. Those builds are dated and may not function as well as they used to. But they do show basic functions for those builds. And I think I'm still using at least 2 of those builds. I'm using the Reaper build that I got from him. I may have tuned it. And then I'm also using the Soul Beast build. So, if you want to Google Wooden Potatoes, Guild Wars 2, Wooden Potatoes, open world story builds, and you want to look for stuff that's about 6 years old. He did 10 videos. One was sort of an introduction to things like the gear you're probably going to be using and why certain runes are good or sigils are good for different characters. They're mostly power builds because power is more straightforward for the open world and story. And then he had one for each class, one spec in each class. And I probably had, I don't know, between 400 and 600 hours before those videos came out in the game. I have over 5,000 now. Those videos changed my understanding of Guild Wars 2 immensely. They weren't just good builds, because I needed good builds. They explained why they were good builds. And so now, I can put together a coherent build on my own. I can tune a good build to my own liking. And thank you, Wooden Potatoes. I can't thank you enough. You took what was a very good game and you turned it into a great game. Thank you, WP. I found those builds really, really good. It has good gear. You don't understand the gear tiers. At endgame, all you really need, and you can get these cheap. For instance, Reaper would want... I happen to be looking at it. Let's look. If I was buying items for Reaper right now, I would go level 80 to level 80. Love to be able to make your own build, tuned to your liking. Because he explains why the things work together. For me, anyway, there was a whole series of, oh, I get it. Oh, I understand that now. That has allowed me to tune things to my liking. So, once you got 80 to 80, you want to look exotic. And the fastest way to do this is to be a little bit detailed about it. Most of his builds, specifically in those, is going to be... where are the filters? Filters. Exotic, show level locked. What am I missing? I didn't pick something. Armor. So let's say armor, chest. Exotic, and then you go to attributes, and what you want is the standard power, precision, and ferocity. These are called, the standards are either berserker stats or assassin stats. Berserker stats have more power, assassin stats have more precision, but the cheapest ones you'll find, you'll note, for a chest piece is 52 silver. And this is Devona's. So you don't want to look up Berserker, because that costs 8 times as much. You actually want to look up the statistics. And you see power, precision, and ferocity. Yeah, you want Berserker stats. But you don't always want to look up Berserker, because like it says, in this case, that's 4 gold instead of 50 silver. So, if you were in... This is the chest piece. For my weight, my character here is a warrior, so it's heavy armor. And here it's Devona's, but there's something similar for each of the 3 weights. A cheaper version of the same stats. So look up by statistics and then sort by price. You'll be getting these. He may point you at different runes you'll want in the armor, but at least for initial purposes, this will be fine. Yeah, if you search for Berserker, you'll get Berserker stats, but you won't get, for instance, Devona's. You want to look for the stats that you're looking for, not by name, and then sort by price. So the same thing if we were to go, or any profession, you can see we've got Devona's, Zed's, which is more expensive, those are a gold, and Nika's, which are gold 29. So that's heavy, light, and medium armors, but still always cheaper than any of the others with the same stats. So that'll allow you to get out with literally endgame quality armor for, in this case, you're probably looking at 8 gold. In this case, you're probably looking at 5 or 6. And it's similar for the weapons. You always want to search for the stats specifically, because if you're looking for the name, you're not necessarily getting the best deal on those stats. But literally, you can do endgame content in exotic gear at least the first 2 of 4 tiers of fractals, I would say. First tier for sure, and you can do strikes and raids at regular difficulties. Ascended items and armor and weapons will give you 5 to 10% more stats and a little bit more damage on the weapons. And that's it. And then beyond Ascended, there's Legendary, but that has the same stats as Ascended, just has better quality of life. Also, if you're not doing it, you might want to look into the Wizard's Vault. You've got daily completions, weekly completions, and special completions to give you these points. You can spend the points on rewards. The rewards include, every 3 months, they cycle out a new batch. You can get a weapon for 600, an Ascended weapon for 600 points, and 3 pieces of armor for 400 points each. So that's a good way of getting Ascended quality armor relatively quickly and just by playing the game. Because making your own gets expensive. Also, things in here, there are some good bargains in here for money. You can buy the gold, the 6, costs 6 of the currency each for a gold. You can get up to 90 gold every 3 months for 540 points. You can get 60 mystic coins for 540 points. I could get both of those. These are currently selling for like 2 gold a piece, so that's 210 gold for the points I have just sitting here. Yeah, you just want to be efficient in the open world and not die. The Wooden Potatoes videos, I would expect, should give you a really good idea as what he does at the start of each one, he takes on 3 elite Jinn in Path of Fire, the same batch, and shows how effective it can be while well played. But you don't have to be especially effective and good player to be effective in it, because I was. I've gotten better as a player, and I understand the game better because of Wooden Potatoes videos. Can't recommend them enough for a new player.
I was manufactured to the highest standards.
Thank you, WP Udemy. And I think that ought to do it. Let's see, other stuff for purchasing purposes in the auction house, because there's more to it than just armor and weapons. There's also, in armor, you also have rings. You can wear 2. Amulets, you can wear 1. Accessories, you can wear 2. And the back item. Not everything in here is going to be cheap to get, but so you can settle, for instance, if you're looking for them, I have in the past settled for rare gear, which you maybe can get for 20 or 30 silver. Pretty cheap. But you are going to want to eventually look at trying to make or acquire exotic quality, ideally. I mean, I can show you really quick one of my more recent level 80s and the gear I got him. This is my the last warrior I made. I'm pretty sure it was Nas here. Weapon first. Yeah, the weapon's the only one that really matters directly for damage, as it has stats and the damage number. Everything else is going to also pitch in because it's going to have power, precision, ferocity, whatever other stats you've got. But you can see here, he's got Berserker gear. I've prettied it up, but it's just basic Berserker gear. Runes of the Scholar. And currently sitting in dies. An assassin's spear, and then a couple of an assassin and a berserker weapons here. Over here, it's all except for that's a legendary. It's exotics that I bought from the auction house, and some of these may cost like 3 gold a piece. Which starts to feel a lot pricier. But once I have it, Berserker gear for a lot of builds is all you'll ever need, and you'll be fine.
Speak quickly.
So, I have a couple of items with assassin stats, but that's still power, precision, ferocity. It just has more precision than power. But yeah, I mean, all of this was the stuff I bought, including the backpack. You can see it's transmuted from a Lucky Great Snake Lantern. I bought that for a couple of gold. A few gold. 3 gold, I think. But all of these were purchased from the auction house. 3 gold's not nothing. But this character won't need any additional gear unless I decide that I want to raid with him. At which point I'd want to look at getting Ascended gear. Really go, though, you can get exotic gear off the TP and be fine. Be fine for more than basic stuff. You can be fine, like I said, through all of the endgame content except the absolute bleeding edge stuff. Wouldn't recommend it. You wouldn't be able to survive in high tier fractals because there's a damage debuff constantly being done. And you need to have agony resistance for that. And you can only get the plugins for that in Ascended armor and legendaries. So you don't have access to the highest tier fractals, and you wouldn't want to do challenge mode, raids, or strikes. Anything else, it's fine. So yeah, I would say it's probably somewhere around, depending on which weight class, you're looking at maybe 20 to 30 gold. And then you never have to worry about armor and accessories. You may have to worry about weapons. You may have to buy new weapons from time to time. You know, because as the specs change, you know, builds may change. Something will change that may... So maybe no longer you want to be running spear or, you know, greatsword. You want to instead be running axe or something. And so you may occasionally have to purchase weapons. But again, you're looking at like 2 or 3 gold for exotic gear, in-game quality. Berserker stats and a few gold, and you're good for the end game. Then you get a decent build, and you're really good. You have 20 gold so far. Sell off, unless you're going to go crazy with crafting. You can always sell your crafting stuff that you that you pick up over time. You want to salvage the items that you can and sell the goods for those. One thing, if you really want the money, you'll be getting the yellow, green, and blue boxes. Either you want to salvage those with a decent salvage kit, like a silver fed. Sorry, you want to open them and then salvage this stuff and sell any that has a value. Or you just want to sell the boxes. A lot of people, they don't want to go through the trouble of opening all the boxes and then going through and seeing if they can find anything that they can sell for additional silver. And they'll just sell the boxes. But I think that's it. Thank you for hanging. In particular, Red Hawk. Hope that was helpful, me just blathering on and on. Salvage and deposit everything you can, but for example, iron ore you have maxed out, you sell those. That's exact. I probably have larger storage than you. I've expanded my storage out to 1,250, but I still sell everything over that. And sometimes, if I'm tired of selling it in bits and pieces, I'll sell a stack of 250 and not worry about it for a month. Yeah, you can absolutely sell the boxes. The gear at best will be level 80. It'll usually, I think, between 76 and 80. And if you're kitting yourself out in exotic gear, you don't need the blue, green, or yellow quality. Even though occasionally they can upgrade, it's faster and easier to sell it and not have to worry about it. For sure. And again, for money, really the Wizard's Vault. When you have the chance, do your dailies, especially try and do the weeklies. If you can get 6 of the weeklies done, that's going to be 450 points plus whatever you got for those. So that is, what, 5 out of 6 it needs? 6 out of 6? So, grand total, if you do 6 weeklies, you're going to get 50 each. That's 300, 450. That's 750. And that will allow you can spend, of the 750, you can spend 540 and get yourself another 150 gold. Maybe 120 gold. What are Mystic Coins currently selling for? Mystic Coins.
I was the favorite.
Mystic Coins are currently 2 1/4, 2 gold and a quarter. So you would get 60 of those. That's 120.
Responsibility isn't easy.
135 less 15%. So you're looking at about 118 gold, something like that. Every 3 months you can cash in the Wizard's Vault stuff.
I have so much to do.
And the ones you want to be looking for are the 6 arcane, I can't even remember what the hell they're called. Arcane something. And the Mystic Coins. In fact, I'm going to buy the Mystic Coins right now.
Speak quickly.
And bank them. Very nice. Channel just popped up for you. Haven't touched Guardian nor Warrior yet. Warrior, I think, is my least played class. It's just, for me, I've never found a spec that I found very interesting. Whereas I have found, for instance, Mace Soul Beast on Ranger, I enjoyed.
I
That was like the first time I've enjoyed a Ranger build. So it you know, Paragon, I did a little trying on
Speak quickly.
on this character. I'm not sold yet, but at least I'm going to give it some more try. Bladesworn is difficult to play because of it sort of that one-shot mechanic that it specializes in, and it has quite the induction time on it. I'm not good enough. I mean, I have occasionally put up big numbers with Bladesworn, which is hilarious. But at least for the way I play, I don't think it's a good match. It certainly is a fun spec. It's just one I'm just not very good at. I am going to call it here for the evening. I want to thank you guys, as always, for hanging out very much. I really appreciate it. Always do. I should be back tomorrow at the usual time, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, middle of the night in Europe, Asia, Australia, and New Zealand with the same old crap. Me. Not sure what I'll be playing. Honest God, I have no idea. 0. None. Might be back here. Might be back in Torchlight Infinite. Might pull something completely out of my ass. But thanks to you guys very much for hanging. Hopefully you will see me soon. I'm back tomorrow at the usual time with the usual bullshit. I hope the rest of your Friday night or Saturday morning goes great. And as always, I hope your weekend kicks ass. And I will expect full details of said ass kickery on my desk first thing Monday morning. Have a great weekend, because you deserve it. Take care, and ciao for now. Bye, guys. 4:30? Go to bed, crazy person.